All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your Smackdown review for February 23, 2024. I thought it was about a decent Smackdown, a lot of segments tonight. Best things on the show tonight was I think Bloodline had like two or three segments in the back. You had Braun Breaker making his debut, and then I thought the main event was decent. LA Knight and Drew McIntyre. This was the go-home show for the Elimination Chamber. It's about to start in like 3 hours, under 3 hours. Yeah, I'll do the SmackDown review for this video, and then Austin Theory, an Australian reporter, he got into it because the reporter called wrestling fake. I'll talk about that, and then do Elimination Chamber predictions. All right, let's get to it. First up, we got Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Stratton, and Bianca Belair is doing commentary on the outside. So towards the end of the match, Tiffany Stratton just slaps Bianca, who was at ringside or at the commentary desk. And then she tried to interfere. The ref stopped her. Liv Morgan or Tiffany Stratton pushed Liv Morgan into Bianca, who was on the apron, and then Tiffany Stratton, she rolled up Liv Morgan for the win. I didn't really care for this, just whatever. All right, next up we got Drew McIntyre backstage segment. Says if I lose at the Chamber, it was all for nothing. If I lose my entire career, it's just as useless as CM Punk's return to WWE. And then Lashley shows up during the segment. So he started trolling here. It's like WrestleMania 37, so that was about 3 years ago. I put you in the Hurt Lock. You should have seen the look on your face. Man, I choked you out. And he was laughing or he was smiling the whole time he was saying this. So uh and oh yeah, and he brought up that Drew was posting all those hilarious memes about CM Punk. He posted a picture of that t-shirt that he always wears every week, the CM Punk graveyard t-shirt. He posted to mock CM Punk's tricep injury. He was working out in the gym doing the tricep push downs. He's like, I don't I don't miss or I don't skip tricep day. That was hilarious. So Lashley started trolling here. So these guys got history in the from years ago, 3 years ago. Uh, Thought that segment was kind of okay, I guess. Got a vignette. This was so random. Adonis from Hit Row and Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander was like trying on clothes and stuff. Like, who cares, man? And then he didn't like the outfits that Adonis didn't like the outfits that Cedric Alexander was wearing because apparently they're gonna be a tag team. And then he wore like a leather clothing or some weird nonsense. So he's gonna become like the next Seth Rollins or something, or all these ridiculous outfits. Cedric Alexander. That's kind of stupid to me. It's whatever. All right, we got a segment in the back. Bloodline. Roman and Jimmy's talking. So earlier on Monday Night Raw, Jimmy interfered in the Gunther and Jey Uso match, and then Roman asked him, "Who sent you to Raw?" Jimmy's like, Paul Heyman. I ran the play." He's like, Roman's like, "You ran it on Paul?" Says, "I called the play. I made the call. I quarterbacked that thing." Jimmy wanted a high five. He was putting his hand out, and Roman didn't high five him. Then the camera pans over to right side of the screen and Paul Heyman and Roman. Paul Heyman says, "Grayson Waller is here, my tribal chief." Roman says, "Bring him to me. This'll be good." Kind of interesting. So last week, if you remember, it was Paul Heyman and Grayson Waller talking to each other, but we couldn't hear what they were saying. So this week they're gonna have Grayson Waller in the locker room, Bloodline locker room, talking to Roman Reigns in the Bloodline. All right, next up we got the uh debut of Braun Breaker. He beat up some jobber, some scrub or whatever, one with a spear. So hopefully they got a plan for Braun Breaker because I don't want this thing to turn into what AEW did with Wardlow. So Wardlow, he's like built like Braun Breaker, pretty much got similar body types, are all jacked and stuff. But he's been let's just pop up window. All right. Yeah, so they're built the same. And Wardlow is he's been doing like squash match. He pretty much does squash matches and it never leads to nothing. That's what I'm afraid of what might happen to Braun Breaker, but hopefully Triple H and TKO got a plan for this guy. So hope he just doesn't end up doing just squash matches and it leads to nothing. So hopefully maybe about 1 to 2 months, have him just squash these random jobbers and then get him into a big feud for I don't think he's gonna will they put him at WrestleMania, a random match, because I don't know if there's enough time for him to build a match with whoever he's gonna face at WrestleMania. So maybe Backlash, or if it's not Backlash, then I don't think there's a pay-per-view in June. So yeah, it might have to be Backlash's first, like his big feud, I guess. So that should be enough time because you could do March 23rd. Yeah, April. Yeah, I think that pay-per-view is not till like the beginning of May, so should be enough time for him to get him some wins and then get him a big feud. Hopefully, it leads to something good. Excited to see what Braun Breaker does and who he has his big first feud with on SmackDown. All right, so next up we got a segment in the back with Legado del Fantasma and that Elektra Lopez girl. She shows up. I mean, LWO and Elektra Lopez. She's like, "Oh, where's Rey Mysterio? You guys are pretty much have or like traitors, or you've done nothing or whatever." And then she leaves. Legado del Fantasma. They attack the two LWO lackeys with Rey Mysterio. Or yeah, Rey Mysterio's not even back yet, but they attack those two lackeys. And then Santos Escobar shows up. He's pretty much just warning them, "Oh, this is your, this is like the first attack on you guys. It could be so he's basically threatening them. He's like, there's gonna be pretty much more attacks to come. So yeah, looks like Rey Mysterio is gonna be on his way back. On like this side from Escobar, Santos Escobar, they gotta do more segments with him like this. Where he shows like his evil side. He's like what's the other word? Vindictive side to him. So I thought this was decent at best. Hope we get more segments like this from Santos. Um, yeah. So we got next we got Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate versus Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. Solid match, I guess. I'm just not a fan of Pete Dunne or Tyler Bate or JD McDonough. And Dominic Mysterio, he's cooled off too. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate win. And then after the match, you had Finn Balor and Damian Priest. They try to attack Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Dunne and Dunne and Bate fight him off, and then that's pretty much it. And then yeah, so yeah, Dominic Mysterio, he's really cooled off a lot. Hopefully gets into a big feud. He feels like he's an afterthought right now in Judgment Day because they've cooled down the him and Rhea Ripley stuff, and then yeah, so he's not really doing anything right now. So hopefully he gets into a big feud for WrestleMania, but there's not that much time to build it. It's like pretty much a month left because next week's March and then WrestleMania is in April. So see what happens with that. Then we got Sam in the back, Grayson Waller, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. They're like talking about each other's physiques and stuff. Whatever, who cares? And Kevin Owens shows up. He's pretty much just messing with them. Whatever. He leaves, and then Paul Heyman shows up. Says, "Grayson Waller, today's your lucky day. The tribal chief wants to talk to you." And that was it for that segment. Next up, we got Street Profits versus Authors of Pain. The rest of the faction members were all outside. So we had Kieran Cross, Scarlett, and Paul Ellering on the Authors of Pain side. And then we had Bobby Lashley and B-Fab on the Street Profits side, all outside the ring. Street Profits hit the blockbuster. Authors of Pain break the pin. And then ref was turned around. Karrion Cross, because Scarlett was distracting the ref on the apron. Karrion Cross shoved Montez Ford off the top rope. And then a fight broke out. And then Karrion Kross, he hit Bobby Lashley with the chair to pretty much end this fight. And then Authors of Pain ended up winning the match. And then, yeah, so we got Lashley with a storyline injury. So it looks like that's going to be his excuse why he's not going to win the Elimination Chamber that's starting in a few hours here. And then it looks like, so Karen, doesn't look like Karrion Kross can interfere because he's already done the damage there with the arm injury now. So I'm thinking probably Drew McIntyre is going to eliminate Bobby Lashley, looks like, in the chamber. And he's going to go after his arm in the Elimination Chamber match. All right, now we got another Bloodline segment. Roman says, oh, so Paul Heyman brings in Grayson Waller. Roman says, I want to tell you something. It's for you only. And then that was it for the segment. So another second straight week. We don't know what Roman told Grayson Waller. Pretty much have to wait until Elimination Chamber here in a few hours to find out what Roman said. Probably told him the plan or whatever. How you're gonna do this thing to attack Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins and the Grayson Waller effect at the Chamber. All right. In the back, we got Bobby Lashley, Street Profits, the whole crew is in the trainer's room. Lashley's getting his arm checked on. And then Drew McIntyre just shows up. He says, I'll pray for you. That's pretty much it. So, and he said it with a smile. So we can't really trust Drew right now because of all the stuff he's been saying. So this is pretty much just like like fake praise or whatever. Because Lashley was trolling him, so I think he just returned a favor with his own troll towards the end of the show. So we'll see what happens there. So yeah, pretty much most likely Drew's gonna eliminate Bobby Lashley in the chamber. All right, next up we got the main event: LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. Logan Paul shows up before the match starts. Drew hit LA Knight with the headbutt. LA Knight hit a clothesline. And then Kevin Owens, he just pops up out of nowhere through the crowd on commentary. So KO and Logan Paul are both in commentary. And Logan Paul didn't really say much while KO was on commentary. And so back in the ring or outside the ring, Drew hit LA Knight with a catapult under the ring. Don't really see that much. See that move under the ring? They usually do that move like under the bottom rope there in the ring, under the third rope, the catapult, or like into the turnbuckle in the corners, but not really under the ring. LA Knight hit a DDT on Drew. Drew hit or he tossed LA Knight into Kevin Owens, and then KO started attacking Drew on the outside, and then Drew he tossed KO into Logan Paul. Pretty predictable all that was gonna happen. Every time somebody's sitting out there, they was attacking the people or tossing somebody into the person sitting on the commentary for the match. And then pretty much ends in a DQ the match. Lashley comes out, he hits a spear on LA Knight. KO hit Logan Paul with a stunner. Bobby Lashley hit a spear on KO. And then Drew, he comes out of nowhere. He drops Lashley with the Claymore. And then Randy Orton hits the RKO on Drew to pretty much end the show. Or is it? Do they have the RKO? Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That was decent SmackDown at best. Not too bad. Well, yeah, a lot of segments tonight. All right, next up, let's get this Austin Theory thing. This was wild. All right, hopefully YouTube doesn't take the video down because I'm showing video and it's not from WWE. Usually I've seen other big wrestling YouTubers, they show videos and they don't get their videos taken down. So hopefully the video doesn't get taken down. I'll just show this video. It's only like 34 seconds. All right, just play it. Oh, let me make it full screen. All right, let's go. Hold on a second. You brought me here. You're gonna talk to me like this? Hey, no, man. Just because you're in charge of some shit here, man, doesn't mean you can talk to me like this. I didn't make you tell you. I'm just saying what I do is easy, and you're in front of all your people in here talking about my job's easy. You couldn't walk a damn day in my shoes. You got me in here, dude. Are you kidding me, man? I'll smack the shit out of you right now. I'm not playing around. Don't bring me all the way here for some media, man. This guy's talking to All right, man. So y'all saw that. You've probably seen it by now. I think when did this video come out? Was it a couple of days ago, I think? I can't remember. But yeah, Austin Theory wasn't playing around, man. So this whoever this reporter is, he was pretty much called wrestling fake, and then Austin Theory just went off on the guy. And he's like, "I'll smack the crap out of you, man. I'm not playing." Was this a work? Was this a shoot? Who knows? But even in just like in general, people think wrestling's fake, and there's only uh two reasons they think it's fake. One is because it's scripted, because it's predetermined results, right? Or you know who you got a predetermined winner and you got a predetermined loser. So that's one reason people think it's fake. And the other one is they could be watching a match. You know, when people get like they punch somebody, the wrestlers are punching each other or they're kicking each other, and you see on the screen that they didn't really get hit, and then the wrestlers like go down and they start grabbing their leg or their arm or whatever, or their face, wherever they get punched or kicked at. And then people are like, "Oh, he didn't get hit or she didn't get hit." They're, that shit's fake. So people think that's the second reason that that's fake. Look, the the results are scripted. I don't mean it's like fake. Oh, okay, it's not like a real sport like UFC or NFL. We don't know who's gonna win, right? So in wrestling, pretty much like how would I explain this? Trying to think here. Hold on. Say, did he say anything else to him, or was that it? Okay, that was it. And then okay, yeah, it was the same thing on down there. But yeah, just because y'all think it's scripted, because like go ask wrestlers, man. You start talking that nonsense, they'll smack the crap out of you, man. Everybody remembers that David Schultz incident. He slapped the reporter. I think they got the photo of it here, or no? Yeah, this is the David Schultz guy. He smacked the crap out of a reporter on they did a Dark Side of the Ring episode on this. He smacked the crap out of some reporter that called it fake. Just because it's scripted don't mean it's fake, yo. Because the pain these guys go through, go tell Randy Orton that. He just came back from he was out 18 months. He had lower fusion back surgery. Go at Seth Rollins, who's hurt right now, and he's gonna wrestle. He's got a torn MCL. Or go at CM Punk if it's fake, man. He's got a torn triceps, man. The pain all these wrestlers go through is real, man. Just because it's scripted, don't. Oh man, it's just that's like a never-ending debate thing, man, or whatever you want to call it. It's ridiculous. All right, so for that, let's do elimination chamber predictions. That'll be it for this video. Here, okay. Okay, so they added a match pre-show. Oh, that's just random. Kabuki Warriors, they'll probably win, whatever, for the women's tag titles. We got the main card, Elimination Chamber match for the women's number one contender for women's world title. You got Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus Raquel Rodriguez. Pretty predictable. They've been teasing this match, Becky versus Rhea, so Becky Lynch is gonna win that. Got Judgment Day versus New Catch Republic. That's a dumb name for a team. And Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. I think Judgment Day is gonna retain. Why would you take the titles off of them before WrestleMania? So I think Judgment Day is gonna win that. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton versus Bobby Lashley versus LA Knight versus Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul. I think Drew McIntyre is gonna win. He's been doing the best work of his career on the mic easily for the last few months. So my pick is Drew McIntyre. And then you got the Women's World Championship match. Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. I think Rhea Ripley's pretty predictable there, pretty obvious. She's gonna retain the title. She's not gonna lose in her hometown. She's pretty much almost had the belt for nearly a year, so let her get a year, I guess, and then take the title off of her, I guess. And then we got we don't have it listed here. You got Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. interesting to see how that plays out. We'll see what uh Grayson Waller does, and pretty much given the orders by Roman Reigns what he's gonna do. So could have Solo and Jimmy there. He could he's probably just gonna talk a lot of smack, try to get them to react to something, and maybe it leads into a match or something. And Grayson Waller has like a partner, Austin Theory, somebody shows up in like a tag team match against Theory or against Rollins and Cody, or just yeah, I think something's gonna happen though. Maybe they announce a tag match, The Rock and Roman versus Rollins and Cody on night one WrestleMania main event. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Chamber is a good show. It's a very weak card because you don't have Roman Reigns or The Rock listed or advertised for it. So hopefully, it's a good show, even though it's only 4 matches on the main card. Then you got the Grayson Waller effect segment. So we'll see what happens. All right. See ya.